Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to do a new deck to the channel, a Paleozoic Frog deck, and I feel like it's a really good control deck, and it just does a lot of really cool stuff. Plays a lot of really good traps. You'll see a ton of just amazing traps in this deck. It also goes into one of the best, level 2 or rank 2 Xyz. Totally awesome. And it's back at 3, so yeah, this deck is going to be pretty good. Especially, like I said, if you're looking for like a control deck, this is a very, very good option. So we are starting with the best frog monster by far is Swap Frog. Definitely 3 of him. You can special summon him from your hand by discarding another water monster. When he's summoned, you can send a level 2 or lower water monster from your deck or face up on the field of the graveyard. So I'll show you another card that works with. And then once per turn, you can return a monster you control to the hand, and then you can normal summon a frog monster during your main phase, in addition to your normal summon. So just a lot of ways that this card gets you to totally awesome. And we also play 3 Dupe Frog. Now when he is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add any frog monster from your deck to your hand. So obviously that's searching another Swap Frog. And so you can use Swap Frog's effect to send him to the grave is one way of doing that. But you also just need frog names for Ronin Toden. Play 2 of him. You really don't need to see him in the hand. Obviously you can because of Swap Frog. You can just discard him, so it's fine. But basically while he's in the graveyard, you can remove from play, so banish another frog monster in your graveyard and special summon him from the graveyard for free. So that's why you kind of want, your 3 Dupe Frogs and 3 Swap Frogs, just so he's always live in the graveyard. And that's the only monsters we play. That's the only monsters you need to play, mostly because Swap Frog is just that good, and your traps are just that good that you can stall a little bit. If you don't see any monsters, it's not a big deal. Because then you also have some trap cards that act as monsters. We'll get to those. So yeah, that's all the monsters we play. And then for spells, playing everyone's most hated spell card, it seems like. Pot of Desires. To be completely honest, there is not one card in this deck that I care if I banish, 1 or 2 of them, even down to Ronin Toden. But obviously that would suck to banish, both of him, but you'd rather have 2 more traps in your hand or, something like that. Pot of Desires, really good in this deck. It's about the only drop hour you can play. Then playing One Day of Peace and Upstart Goblin. Just 2 other options. Obviously you won't be dealing damage to your opponent because of this card, but you draw 1 and your opponent draws 1. That's the only drawback. And then Upstart just gaining, your opponent gains 1,000 life points, but not too big a deal. And that's it for the spells. So obviously the rest of the deck is going to be traps, and a lot of them. For the Paleozoic part, 3 Dinomischus. So with all the Paleozoic traps, if they're in the graveyard and you activate a trap card, which is why we play so many traps, you can then special summon them to the field as a level 2 Aqua type water monster. So they all will then allow you to go into Totally Awesome or whatever you need to. But Dinomischus specifically, you can target a face-up card in the field, discard a card, and then you could banish that target. So that gets rid of any problematic card. Mystic Mine, any monster, or not any monster, but a lot of monsters that can be targeted. You can just banish them. Doesn't destroy them, which is really nice. And then we're playing 3 Paleozoic Canadia. This is going to target a face-up monster your opponent controls and change it face-down defense position. Same effect. You can special summon this from the grave if you activate a trap card. And then we're playing 2 Olenoides. He's going to target a spell and trap on the field and destroy it. Really nice. And then the last one is Morella, just one. This one allows you to just send a trap card from your deck to the graveyard, so obviously send another, Paleozoic to the graveyard, so then you can then summon it back to the field. But yeah, that is it for the Paleozoic traps. They all kind of do really good stuff, really help you out. And like I said, they act as monster cards, so they kind of, we have a low monster count, but then these, again, act as monsters when they're in the grave, then you can special summon them. For our kind of generic traps that we're playing, 3 Dogmatica Punishment. This is going to target a monster your opponent controls. You'll be able to send a card from your extra deck to the grave, and then destroy that, and then that one you send to the grave is Elder Entity, and that's going to allow you to pop another card in the field. Really good. Lost Wind, 3. This is going to target a special summon monster on the field. Effects negated and its attack is halved. 3 Compulse is going to target a monster on the field and return to the hand. So you got Destroy, negate the effects, and have the attack, return to the hand. You got your Paleozoics, which are, changing one to face down defense position. You're just kind of covering all your bases with the traps in this deck. And then lastly, for the normal traps, we're playing Trap Trick to get to any of them that you need, including the Paleozoic traps. Just need 2, because most of the time you'd rather see the trap than the card that searches the trap, if that makes sense. So 2 of those is just fine. And then we needed a floodgate, of course, with all these traps that we're playing. 3 goes in match. We're pretty much just playing water type, so this card doesn't really hurt us that much. And it usually is going to hurt your opponent quite a bit. And then as you noticed, we don't have anything that negates, so I thought going with 2 Solemn Strike and 2 Solemn Judgment was just nice, good generic negate. Obviously Judgment negate anything, so if your opponent's playing Twin Twisters or Cosmic Cyclone, stuff like that, this will help you out a lot. And that is it for the main deck. Stuck with 40 cards. And for the extra, we are obviously playing 3 Totally Awesome. Now this is you're gonna be able to detach a material from this card during the standby phase, and special summon a frog monster from the deck. And then when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can send an aqua type monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, negate the activation and destroy it. Then you can set it to your field. So really, really good all around. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target a water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So all around, just the amazing card for this deck. Definitely happy to have it at 3. And the only other XCs we play is Cat Shark. This is just kind of cool for doubling the attack of your Totally Awesome, mostly. Because you can make both of them pretty easily. And then just double the attack, so he's 4,400. Kind of cool for OTKs and just getting over problematic cards. And then for our links, we are playing Coral Anemone. You just need 2 water monsters, and you'll be able to target a water monster with 1,500 or less attack, and just special summon it to a zone this card points to. So get your plays going, get you into Totally Awesome easier. Me Starboy. All your water monsters will gain 500 attack and defense, and then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you'll be able to add a water monster from your graveyard to your hand. An area, kind of a cool one. You can target a water monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to a zone this card points to. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can add a water monster again with 1,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So just decent effects all around for these 3. Kind of just good little generic ones for a water-based deck. And then just kind of some generic links. We are playing Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, just getting rid of any problematic card, and then Nightmare Griffin, because we play a lot of traps, so sometimes you'll want to make this, target one of those spell and traps, and then you can set it to your field. Kind of cool. Topologic Trisbania. You can pretty easily special summon a monster to the zone. Like if you activate a trap card, you'll be able to special summon one of your Paleozoic traps to a zone and get his effect off, or same thing with Bomber Dragon, to just kind of destroy spell and traps and destroy monsters. Kind of cool. And then you can flood the deck, or flood the field with your monsters pretty easily. So Borload Dragon is sometimes kind of cool to make. And then the last two cards are two Elder Entity. Just our targets for Dogmatica Punishment. It's by far the best one you can do, because you'll be able to pop another card in the field if this is sent to the graveyard. So that's the deck, guys. Like I said, if you're looking for a really good control deck, this might be one of your best options. It's got so many good traps that you can play in it. Really nice frog engine for getting to totally awesome. One of the best, XCs in the game. So yeah, try it out, guys. I got plenty more stuff coming up, so make sure you're subscribed, and we'll catch you on the next one.